This gimbal made me love making videos again with the Nikon Z6 II. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm PhotoRabs. I make videos about photography, filmmaking, camera tech related reviews, unboxings, action cams, vlogging kits and so on. If you are interested in these kind of topics, I highly appreciate if you go subscribe to my channel. That's a massive help. And if you hit like under this video, that's much appreciated. That helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. In today's video, I'm going to talk about this Scorp 2 gimbal from Feiyutech. And if you are interested in this gimbal or any other products from Feiyutech, you have a 10% discount if you use my affiliate link down in the description below. I had the DJI RS3 Mini and I was extremely happy with it, but I couldn't balance the Nikon Z6 II and the 28-75mm 2.8 with a variable ND filter on top of that gimbal, and that was a big problem for me because I was planning to use this camera more in my video production and I just couldn't do it with the RS3 Mini. When Feiyutech asked me if I would like to try this Scorp 2, I was extremely happy because this one weighs a bit more than 1 kilogram and it has a payload of 2.4 kilograms. So handling my Nikon Z6 II and the 28-75mm f2.8 should be really easy. Of course, I could have upgraded to the RS3 or the RS4 now, but mainly I'm using smaller cameras, whether the Fujifilm or the Sony cameras that I have with the lenses. They are really smaller than this one, so I didn't want to go with a bigger gimbal because mainly I'll be using it with smaller cameras, except of some of the rushes, some of the footages that I would love to do with this Nikon Z6 II. A quick disclaimer, Feiyutech sent me this Scorp 2 to try out for free. They did not pay me to do this video, they did not sponsor my channel, so these are my honest opinion about this gimbal. If you are interested, I have an affiliate link with Feiyutech. You can check it down in the description below and you can save up to 10% on your purchase. And since this gimbal is not new, it's been on the market for quite some time now, I'm not gonna make a full review about it. I'm just gonna share with you what I like and what I don't like about this gimbal and what can Feiyutech do to make it even better. Now we are back to the studio so we can discuss more in details what I like and what I don't like about this Scorp 2 from Feiyutech. What I love the most about this gimbal is how easy it is to balance a camera like this one, the Nikon Z6 II and the 28-75mm 2.8 with a variable ND filter on top of it. It took me literally seconds, or let's say 1 to 2 minutes maximum. And Feiyutech were really clever. They have this quick release plate, and you know that I love quick release plates. So this one makes it much easier to balance the gimbal when you are on the go. It took me literally seconds when I'm shooting for a client, and that's a huge gain of time for me and something that I really appreciate on this one. And in order to make it even easier to balance your camera on your gimbal, let's say you know that you're gonna use this camera with this lens, you can balance it in your studio. That's much easier, of course. And then you have two red dots here, red points on the arms of the gimbal. You can slide them into the holes, so you have something to remember where the perfect balance is for this setup. And when you go to make your shoot for the client, you put the camera on the gimbal with the quick release plate. You just verify that the red dots are in the holes. That means that your camera is balanced in this position because you already done it in your studio. What I also like about this gimbal is the T-shaped integrated handle, which is amazing. You can make some underslung shots, some briefcase mode, you can do some low angle shots without problems at all, and it is built in on the gimbal. On the other gimbals from its category, you had to carry this piece here in order to have a side handle for your gimbal, and this will add weight to the gimbal, while this one everything sits for around 1.1 kilograms, and that's really lightweight, having everything you need: a tripod base, you have the T-shaped handle and the gimbal, while the other gimbals from other companies, you have to add the tripod base and you have to add the external handle, and that's much heavier. On this handle we have a 1.3-inch display where we can access all the menus, where we can change all the settings, where we can see all the settings of the gimbal, the shooting modes and so on. And this is really convenient and really ergonomic because you have your thumbs that will rest naturally on this knob here, on this dial knob here, so you can have access to everything, and you have also the mode button as well as the record button. This gimbal can be connected via Bluetooth to lots of cameras, but unfortunately my Nikon Z6 II does not support the connection with this Scorp 2 from Feiyutech, so I have to use this USB-C to USB-C cable. Make sure to use the cable that comes in the box of the gimbal and do not use a normal USB-C cable that you have at home, because probably the cable that you have at home is only for power and not for data and communication. This gimbal supports the vertical shooting, and we have two ways to achieve it, whether through the menu and we go to the portrait mode, and in this case we can leave the camera sitting in horizontal mode on the gimbal and the gimbal will flip vertically, or we can just remove the camera from this quick release plate and install it and mount it vertically on this side of the gimbal. And this is a second way to use this gimbal vertically. Personally, I prefer the first one because mainly I shoot horizontally for my clients and for my YouTube videos, and whenever I need to go vertically I can switch from the menu on the screen, on the display screen on the back side of the gimbal, and that's really easy to do and easy to work with. While taking the camera out and installing it vertically is nice because it's more comfortable if you are shooting for a long time, but that means that you have to rebalance the camera every time you take it from horizontal position to vertical position. What makes this Scorp 2 an amazing gimbal for solo content creators is this blue thing here, the AI tracking system. This AI tracking system works perfectly if you are well lit. That means if you are outdoors and if you are at least at about 1 to 2 meters away from the gimbal, so you can stop recording, reframe your shot, and that's really nice to achieve, to have even with big cameras like this Z6 II and this big lens, the 28 to 75 f2.8, and that was really fun to use it in the street, making this camera following me and tracking me when I'm walking. That was really nice. And by the way, you can use this tracking system for something different than tracking you while walking in the streets to make a vlog or so. Imagine you are shooting for a client and you'd like to follow this client. You can ask him just to start the tracking, and then you can only handle the gimbal and follow him, and the gimbal will track your talent perfectly and your talent will stay in the frame no matter where he goes, and that's really perfect. Do I recommend this gimbal? Well, of course yes, I do, because this gimbal is very lightweight, very compact. You can put it in your backpack. When folded, it does not take much place. The footprint of this gimbal is too small. You have integrated T-shaped handle, you have integrated tripod if you don't want to use the basic tripod feet, and you can have everything you need on this one. It can support Bluetooth with lots of cameras, not with my Nikon Z6 II, and it can support my Nikon Z6 II while the RS3 Mini from DJI does not, because this camera looks so heavy for that gimbal, even though it's under the payload acceptable by that gimbal. But this one is really nice. It's really compact and stable and sturdy. I really love this one, but I wish, for example, that this AI tracking feature is more intuitive, because the gestures at about 2 meters away or 3 meters away is not always easy to achieve. I was hoping that this AI tracking feature can be activated at a closer distance. That would be even better. And of course, I wish that we have a fill light on this gimbal, because all the new gimbals these days have a fill light, which is easier if you are on an interview, you are using this gimbal and you don't want to carry with you an external light. a small fill light on this gimbal would be perfect. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, like under this video, that helps me a lot on the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that's a massive help. And if you are interested in this gimbal or any Feiyutech product, please refer to my affiliate link down below. You can save up to 10% of your purchase from their website. And thank you for watching. Ciao for now.